What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Remote Front Office. Today, we are going to be discussing who I think are going to be my top three rookies from the 2024 draft class that will have an immediate impact this year. Before we get into that, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are once a week here, but we are getting really close to that NBA tip-off. Once we hit that point, then we will be 2 times a week trying to discuss primarily all the NBA teams. Whether the Bulls do something stupid or brilliant, we will have obviously our Bulls focus here and there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I want to kind of put a little asterisk on this, right? This is not who I think is going to have the best career. This is not who I think will um, be the best in 5 years. This is not who I think will be the best in 2 years, right? This is who I think will come in this year and have the most impact right away, right? So while you have guys like a Devin Carter for Sacramento, um, guys like Tristan Da Silva, possibly Jacoby Walter, like those later round guys, right? Um, Deron Holmes, right? Obviously, he's not playing this year, but these are the guys that I think out of this current draft class that will have an immediate impact this year. This also doesn't mean who I think will score the most points, have the most rebounds, have the most assists, etc., etc., etc. It's just guys that I think will impact winning the most for their teams. We're going to start at number 3. And I'm going to go Zach Edey. So we all know with Memphis, um, the Jaren Jackson Jr. at center minutes don't go remarkably well, right? We saw it a little bit in Team USA. We've seen it as an actual Memphis team. When they got hit with injuries, when Steven Adams went out, he kind of transitioned a little more to center. He's just not as good of a rebounder. His ability to play weak side help kind of gets negated when he's the center and he's in more pick and rolls, things like that. So I think having Zach Edey there, as long as again he's playing like 20 minutes a game, I think that will be a substantial help to Memphis. Obviously, I expect Memphis to make a pretty big jump this year. Granted, considering last year they were decimated by injuries, but I do think that him on this roster will translate to them being a little more of a true winner, right? I think it kind of solidifies roles again as long as they stay healthy relative as far as their stars. I think he will be an immediate impact guy. Another guy that I think will be in this group. Again, we are not basing this off of stats. We are basing this strictly off of what I have seen in preseason as well as summer league. I think Ryan Dunn, right? Ryan Dunn, I don't think will have a bunch of minutes in Phoenix. I don't necessarily think he will have a very box score friendly stat line in Phoenix, right? At least for this year. I think he's going to come in. He's going to provide defensive versatility, defensive IQ, defensive instincts. And he's really just going to be that guy that comes in and just allows this team to run their 3 stars, right? I could see him possibly coming in, say Devin Booker's running the 1, Beal's running the 2 to close the game. You throw in Ryan Dunn. You have Kevin Durant, and then maybe you have Nurkic or somebody out there, right? I just think his defensive versatility, he will have the toughest assignment when he's on the court. And I just think this team needs a lot of defensive impact, right? Obviously, they have the guards fairly solidified with you have your Tyus Jones. And I just think while he's going to be more of an assist guy, a facilitator, when it comes down to it, you're going to want the ball in Devin Booker's hands anyway. So you're taking the guard off the floor. You're moving Devin Booker to the 1. Obviously, I'm assuming Bradley Beal's playing due to his contract and just that general situation. And so I think him being in those lineups with meaningful minutes, you're going to see his impact, maybe not on a Herb Jones rookie level, right? But I think just kind of as the season progresses and he kind of gets his feet more under him, understands the game a little more, I definitely think you're going to see him really pop up as one of those emerging guys. And then the last guy, I'm going to go with probably the non-conventional pick here. I'm going to go Stephon Castle. Yes, I was big on Stephon Castle coming out. I've been a big Stephon Castle guy this entire process. I think having this year to learn under Chris Paul, to be next to Wemby, again, he's kind of like Ryan Dunn, right? He's not going to be asked to carry the workload offensively. He's not going to be asked to really play out of his body, right? As long as there's health on this roster. I think him as being that combo guard, maybe plays like 5 to 10 minutes of point guard, a little bit here and there, but primarily is that off-ball guy, the guy that, again, taking the toughest defensive assignment on the perimeter. He's going to have Wemby behind him. His defensive instincts, just his overall vision on the court. I think Stephon Castle this year, it may be one of those things where maybe he's only getting 10 to 12 minutes to start the year. But as we start to kind of get a little further into the year, maybe Chris Paul's minutes goes down as he becomes more of that mentor role. And maybe they're a little bit out of the play-in push early. Chris Paul's minutes come down. Stephon Castle's minutes come up. You see just that overall impact that he provides on both ends of the floor, right? Especially with the spacing and just the general eyeballs that Wemby takes, right? Just that general focus point of having a Wembanyama on your team. And you have guys like Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson and all these other guys that can really work on the offensive end and just let him specialize in what he does best, which is playing defense, right? His instincts, his never give up, all that sort of stuff, which is the reason I liked him coming out of the draft. I think that he is one of those guys that can make an immediate impact on a team that may not make the play-in, but I still think they'll be competitive and be closer than a lot of people think. But yeah, so that is my list of top 3. If you guys have a different top 3 or any other guys you think could make this list, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.